Okay, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to do the initial cam chain adjustment and the valve lash adjustment on this Yamaha SR500. The same procedure applies mostly if you're doing it in the frame as well. There'll be a little difference. This is an initial cam chain adjustment. I'll have to readjust it after I get the engine running because it's normally adjusted with the engine running. However, the valve lash procedure is exactly the same. It's just a lot easier for me to show you. You can start by pulling the Allen screws out and the valve adjuster covers off. That would be a good time for me to go ahead and go over some of the tools that you'll need. Okay. Alright, to start with, to get this cover off, you'll need a 27mm wrench or socket. Okay, I've already got it loose. Inside here, this is the lock nut. Let me grab a camera and bring it over here a little closer. This is the lock nut for the cam chain tensioner. You'll need a 22mm wrench for that. So I have that ready. Since I'm out of the bike, it's easier for me. I have a 5mm Allen key. You might not be able to use one on a ratchet on the back with the bike in the frame, with the engine in the frame, excuse me. So anyhow, like I said, because I just rebuilt this engine, we're literally pulling all these things off for the first time. Okay, I have a 17mm for turning the crankshaft, a 10mm for adjusting the tensioner, the cam chain tensioner. I have a pair of feeler gauges here, factory service manual on the computer. Although because of my camshaft choice, I won't be using the factory lash specs. And on the Yamahas, the SR500, the XT500, they have lock nuts. On the valve lash adjustment, right here, are 12mm, while the actual adjustment is a 4mm. So that's what I'll be using for those. Okay, your factory specs for it call for it to be a 0.10mm on the intake valve code and a 0.15mm on the exhaust valve code. I'm going to have to do things a little bit different because I'm running the Yoshimura ST1M camshaft. Now it calls for the exhaust valve to be the 0.15mm, but it calls for the intake to be 0.13mm, which is different. So if you're running a Yoshimura cam in your Yamaha thumper, make sure that you read the instructions that come with it. We'll go ahead and loosen up all the valve lash screws. Now, back everything off. Try to knock it over. I got this thing supported on wood blocks on my table. Not the ideal situation, but hey, it beats working on the shop floor. We are at top dead center. We'll rotate this around. I'll show you how to get it to the right portion of top dead center. Of course, you want to remove the spark plug. Take the spark plug out so the compression won't stop you from turning the engine. Put your 17 right here on the end of the crankshaft. You turn the engine over. intake valve goes down. Alright, then the intake valve comes back up. Then you proceed from there to line up the timing marks. We've got the timing mark lined up here. Plenty of slack in the valves. Yep. Piston is the top dead center. If you want to make certain you've got the piston at top dead center, you can take something small that won't scratch it up and stick it down in the hole and verify that the piston is indeed at top dead center. Okay, with that done, we'll go ahead and do the intake valve first, which will be, in my case, actually, before we do the valve clearance, which this doesn't really matter on these, so we'll go ahead and do the valve clearance first. The valve clearance will remain the same. Okay, you want to be able to just get that in and out. There should be a little bit of resistance. Okay. Now here's the thing you have to be careful with when you're tightening the lock nut. A lot of times it will change the final setting of the valve lash. So you hold. If you'll see right here, I'm holding the smaller adjustment wrench while I tighten the lock nut. I'm going to stop a second here and recheck the valve lash. Yep, and that is good. Go ahead. Pull this a little tighter. I'm still going to hold it. Anytime you put a wrench on these, you need to go back and check your settings. Alright, that has got that done. That is still okay. That was a 0.005, which is technically a 0.127 millimeter, not a 0.13. And that is close enough. Just like on this other set here, now we're getting ready to do the exhaust valve. It's supposed to be a 0.15 millimeter. My feeler gauge here says 0.06 inches or 0.152 millimeter. Again, not exactly right, but more than close enough for what we're doing here. We'll set the exhaust lash. Again, your valves would be a lot closer than this to start with, but I had completely disassembled this engine and needed, okay, down just a hair too much there. Won't slide it off. Remember with valve lash, if you like to err on the side of caution, it's better for it to be a bit too loose than too tight. A valve that's too loose might be noisy, but especially an exhaust valve that is too tight, that doesn't have enough clearance, could burn. let's check this clearance again after we tighten that, because it can change. You don't want it to get out of spec. Switch hands here. Alright, that lock nut is locked. And that clearance is still clear. Barely, but it's clear. As long as you can get the wrench under there, as long as you can get the feeler gauge in there, that is good enough. You definitely want to be able to feel it move. Like I said, a valve a little too loose is better than one too tight. And now once again, remember those valve lashes I just used for that were the Yoshimura camshaft spec. So remember, the factory specs are 0.1 millimeter intake and 0.15 millimeter exhaust, which would be basically a 0.04 and a 0.06 in standard dimensions. Okay, now we're going to look at the tensioner, but always I want to turn it around. It's a fresh engine. I want to make sure that nothing. Watching the intake valve go down. Alright, we're back up on top dead center. Once again, we got the timing marks lined up. Now, what we want to do for the initial timing of this screw right here, let me set this camera right here, make sure it's recording. Alright, yeah, that'll work. You want to back this off. You'll take your 22 millimeter wrench and loosen this. And you want to back this off. Put a 10 millimeter wrench on the end of this and run it in. Mine was actually pretty messed up to start with. Somebody had boogered this end up and the tensioner shaft would not slide through it. That's very important. The tensioner shaft should be able to slide through it. We'll take this all the way off for now. It just makes your life a little easier. Run this on in. What you want to do is you want to get it where the plunger is level with the end for this adjustment screw. You want to set it. I'm getting that where you can see better. I probably should have put a new cam chain in this one, but everything still looks good. All the guides are good and everything. Okay. Now, if you look right here, you can see this little slotted thing that looks like a screw is actually the cam chain tension plunger. And you want it to be level with the end of that adjustment mark. And there's no screwing or anything on this. I'm just wiggling it around a little bit just to make sure that it's free. You can disregard that step. I was just checking. So this right here is the plunger. And when the engine is actually running, you will see that plunger moving in and out. That is a good initial setting right there. It is level with the end of the adjustment screw. It is level with the end of the adjustment screw, and that will be good. Like I said, you'll have to finalize that after the engine is running. That is set up correctly. Now we will just put this nut back on. Now what you will want to do after the engine is running, you'll need the engine idling, and you will take this cap off. You will loosen this nut right here. And you will watch for this plunger. It should go in and out 1 millimeter. Right here, you should see the little plunger with the slotted screw head on it there. It should be bouncing slightly in and out of this slot by about 1 millimeter with the engine running. But for right now, we're going to put it all together. And that's how you adjust the valve lash and adjust the cam chain tension on a Yamaha SR500, XT, TT, all of the above. I'm not even going to tighten this one down because I know I have to take it back off after the engine is running. The valve lash is set, everything is good. This thing should have some monster compression now. I had to replace the intake valve or have it replaced. And the head has been ported. Not by me this time, but by an actual professional race shop. And I am looking forward to seeing this one run. I'm looking forward to feeling it when I ride it. Once you get done, time to put the caps back on. Yeah, it's been great. I hope this has helped somebody. I know there's plenty of other videos out there showing how to do this. I don't know if there are any others to show how to do it with the engine out of the frame. That makes things a lot clearer. So, I hope you got something out of this. If you did, let me know. Leave me a comment or a like. It really helps out the channel. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. There's more where this came from. So, that's it for now. Y'all keep riding, keep wrenching, and stay crazy.